All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. All right, we are live. Awesome. Good. All right, well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Today we're going to be continuing our conversation on day trading reversals. And today we're going to incorporate moving averages. So before we do that, though, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. So first we're going to check see where we left off the market today. Then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what they're up to this evening and what we might have in store going into tomorrow. Then we're going to take a look at the topic, and then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. So SPX, fresh all-time highs, right? So really strong month here. We're over the upper Bollinger Band on this one. Weekly chart, again, not really a huge range week so far, but we do continue to grind up right here. A little bit sketchy here now that we have two open gaps below on the weekly chart. Everything is awesome, right? So we'll see how long those hold as we continue our move up here. Again, the big concern of mine here is the weekly cloud. We're starting to get extended here, and then we have this huge cloud drop right here, which is reminiscent here of the Corona crash. And so things could get a little bit wild here, especially as we get closer to November or we get to election season. So that could be interesting as well. But in the meantime, daily chart bullish, still proven otherwise, right? We're over the 8 EMA, and we're over the upper trend line, so still bullish until proven otherwise. So daily chart again, another choppy one. They took a lot of the fun out pre-market with the futures. We had a couple nice moves there, but we did have another move, not a huge explosive move at the end of the day, but a decent grind up, right? We channeled up at the end of the day, right? Here's the levels that we provide to our members. Here's the channel right there. So you can see how interesting it was. We actually had kind of like a triple-ish bottom right here. 1, 2, 3, almost a quadruple bottom today. We had a few quadruple bottoms today. All right, that shows here, once it keeps on banging on those levels, right, that we're possibly going to work on a move up. And the really cool part is that it held this channel all the way up here today. It was a slow, kind of grindy action and a couple nasty candles, right, to kind of grab some stops. But it did work its way up today, and overall a decent day, and tagged the all-time highs at the end of the day before pulling back slightly off of that. So pretty cool stuff there. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they're behaving here this evening. All right, so S&P futures. Let's take a look. So we've got. Interesting day, right? So here's the channel here on the S&P futures that we were talking about today. Really nice move up today. It was, contained higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, right? We came into one of our signal zones. Again, kind of big levels right here, right? I mean, really, ultimately, we talked about recently, right? Looking at the prior highs, reversals off these highs right here. You can see this zone right here was an important reversal area, of resistance here going into the futures tonight, right? So one of the key factors, right, is that we broke down below this this channel here. I don't know, it's kind of going like that here. We broke down below this channel here this evening, so a great indicator once we break down that trend line to show that a reversal could be happening at these key levels. Okay. So good stuff, and so what we're going to do is here this evening is we're going to continue discussion on grabbing these reversals and using moving averages to potentially help us. Now, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of moving averages. They're lagging indicators, but they do give they can help instill confidence in some moves, right? And so the moving averages we like to use, as we've discussed in the past, are the Fibonacci moving averages, right? So 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, right? 34, 55, 89, 144, and down the line, right? So those are really powerful moving averages. It's just so neat, right, how that they work out mathematically and can be helpful in your trading, right? So just like the Fibonacci levels, right? So let's take a look here at the S&P futures tonight and put some of those moving averages in here and see what could have helped us confirm that this move was down. So one of my favorite moving average that we like to use on the day trading side is the 8 EMA, right? So you go to your studies and you add your exponential moving average. Why do we like exponential? Because it's more sensitive to price, right? So if we go here to the 8 EMA, let's just put that on here. Right, so you can see here this evening, right, the 8 EMA, right, was nicely trending up all day here, up this channel, right, very nice stuff here. This is on the 5-minute chart, and then after this reversal up here, we started to cross down. So this is a good clue, right, to see when the moving average itself is changing direction, right? We like the slope. Let me put a trend line here. What's one of the cool things about Thinkorswim is you could use these. Do you see how there's a little box that pops up right there? Hopefully you guys can see that on your screen. Let me see if I can see it here as well. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure that yeah, you can see it here on the through the YouTube. So one of the things we like about this, right, is the you can see the angle of the moving average, right? When you draw a trend line, do you see how at the bottom of that box right there, it has like this little degree symbol right here? If you're going straight up, right, you see how at the bottom right there, it's 90 degrees, 88 degrees, right? If you're flat, you're 0 degrees. If you're down, you're negative degrees, right? So one of the things we like is the angle of those moving averages, right? We like it over 45 degrees, right? To show that there's a move happening right here. You can see we started to move down this way. The angle there was 31 degrees, but once we got here, right, we started to get down below. Look at that, minus 82 degrees. That's significant, right? So we can see here this evening, we started to break down on that moving average here, negative 55 degrees on the moving average, right? So that is really, really helpful. I wish it'd be cool if you could kind of have that like as a label that pops up to show you what kind of angle you're at. But this is something that we look at. But pretty much you can use your eyes to verify it, right? So that's one method of using the moving average, just looking at the angles of it and the direction of it, which is really, really helpful. Another thing you can use too is using moving average crossovers, right? So one of the cool tools is you just add another moving average on it, right? So in this case, we'll use the let's use the 5-minute exponential, right? You can use that, or you can use the 3-minute, right, to show to get a little bit more sensitive to the price action. And in this case here, if we use the 5 and I make this, let's just make it green because it's like say like a leading moving average on this one, right? So you can see here, once we get to the point here on the up move today, you can see how the 5-minute moving average stayed above the 8 EMA this entire way up here today, right? So we started to cross down a little bit here, right? But this was didn't get really any space between it. We like a little bit of space between these moving averages, right? And you can see once this reversal happened, it's not just the crossover, it's also the spacing between it that's important, right? So this breakdown here is really, really flat, but once we started to get a little space right here, it got really nice, right? So now we had an inside 5 with space between the moving averages, right? And that helps us, maintain confidence that this move is working pretty good here as long as the spacing is good, right? Because you have a couple reversals right here, but instead of getting scared out of the move, you can see that the spacing between those moving averages is really, really nice, right? So this is the 5 and the 8, right? So it's just two Fibonacci numbers is kind of going hand in hand. And you can see now we're starting to get into an area that, hey, this moving average is really starting to curl up right here. So we need to see how it behaves, right? So again, this is a great area. If you're short, through this whole range and you catch a move like this with some good volume, right? That is a nice move on the S&P futures, of course, right? So this inside 15 down, say you took that down here, 34.44, right? You get it down a nice 4 points off of that one with some good volume, take profit and you're good to go, right? So that's the idea here, and you can use that really on any time frame, and you can experiment with moving averages. You could use the 3 and the 5 to try to refine it, right? But I do like to see space between here, and I do like to see nice angles with them to show that the reversal is indeed really happening, right? So it's a great way to put those together, especially off of key levels, right? So that's the most important part right there. Anyway, guys, I hope you found that helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all have a good night's sleep and another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let me clean this up a little bit here, and do that there. And let's get to the daily charts and see what's going on out there in the market here today and what everybody's looking at. So, and then hopefully come up with some cool ideas for going into tomorrow, which we always love as well. So good stuff. All right, ZEK, first one. So I love it. So let's take a look at Amazon. So let's see what Amazon's up to. Everybody can see everything, right? Good. All right, so Amazon, big inside day today. Look how it's holding the 80 MA on this one. Again, it got really, really tight, gave a nice pop the other day, right? Nice pop yesterday, and it kind of came back in that range here after that pullback, but it showed some relative strength. It was down 30 points this morning. It's up 40 points. So the range of the candle is 90 points today, and look at that. It bounced off the 80 MA for a nice move up on Amazon today. So let's see if we could break out of that inside day high and get another push to the upside on it. I'd still like Amazon. As a good contender. We focused on Facebook a lot this week. It was our trade of the week idea. I like how compressed it got. Look how these real bodies it's got. Look at all those real bodies right there. Got like really compressed right there. So that started to give some nice moves this week. Nice breakout last week, and it looked like it could get some follow through after Apple's crazy move right last week. So Doji's almost a Doji sandwich up, but a double pause day up. So today was actually a nice climactic move for Facebook today. So we'll see if that can get some more follow through the upside. It was a great candle today. It's up after hours, despite the futures pulling back a little bit right here. So let's see if that can continue to get strengthened tomorrow. NEO was one of the hot ones today, guys. We talked about it yesterday. I think I put it on the game plan. I'm not sure if it was on the game plan yesterday, but either way, I mentioned it. I brought it up in the on the live stream this morning. Brought it up on the live stream this morning because I really liked what it was doing right here, and of course mentioned it to members this morning. I love how we broke out of the triangle today, right? We gapped above it with an upgrade, and then it was just a gap and go type move today, right? So really struck the open, held the 80 MA for the majority of the day on the 15-minute chart, and just a beautiful candle today on NEO. So tomorrow, we'll look to see if we get some follow. It looks like it's falling through pretty nicely after hours here, so we're going to see if it gives us a pause day tomorrow or if it's going to continue to find some upside on that one. But really nice stuff on NEO today. Tiva, again, definitely one to keep an eye on right here. I guess they're getting criminally investigated for price fixing, right? So it's pretty wild right here. It all started with this inside day down. Big lower shadow today, down a bit after hours, more on that news. So it's just, it's in the hot seat right now, right? So see if it can continue to push down within today's lower end range. So good stuff. Almo, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you are well. Let's take a look at Piton. So Piton with a doji today, right? Possible doji sandwich down. So let's see, it goes under the 80 MA right here, doji. So definitely want to keep on the bearish radar going into tomorrow. Let me actually add that to the game plan. Let's see how that looks here. Let's add Tiva. You had a couple interesting ones tonight, right? We had ADSK, CRM, Tiva, right? So we had that going on. Weak side, right? Let's look at Piton. Strong side, obviously, NEO. Was nice. I mean, there's so many nice ones here. I mean, just we can continue to look for more upside on those ones that were mentioned earlier too. So good stuff there. Knee, the Knights who say knee. Anyway, next there, energy. Wow, it really got kind of really just kind of consolidated down here. Down move today. Lower shadows off of this one, just really kind of triangulating at this point here based on these lower shadows. So continue to keep an eye on it right here, and definitely watch the energy sector to see how that behaves. JP Morgan, great gap up today, right? So gift horse gap, right? So it's a lot of times these moves, it could be a pause right here, but again, great candle yesterday, great volume, great follow through to the upside here on a nice gap up on JP Morgan today. So is it going to pull back down? No, but it might do some sideways, kind of blocks. This is kind of how JP Morgan behaves. So good stuff there, Kim. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you are well. Let's take a look at FSLY. Is back. It's trying, right? It's trying. Nice outside day today, right? It's still coming back and hasn't gotten back over its original trend line, right? So it's still basically in this trend box, but I do love the bounce off the cloud right here. Had a great candle here. Nasty 2 days of choppy down action. Tagged the cloud, bounced right off of it today. So nice move off of that one. NNOX. Interesting IPO coming out. Yeah. Look at that. So there's your IPO high. We've done the IPO series. Anybody, if you're new here, definitely check the playlist. We've done a whole series on IPOs. Right, here's your IPO high. Got a nice breakout of that and getting some nice follow through there too. Good find on that one. And then APPS of the pullback. Let's take a look. Pulling back here. Nasty candle yesterday, right? Left you with a big upper shadow, and then we closed with an inside candle here. Below or in that low end range, right? So I think that should definitely go on the bearish radar for tomorrow. Nice find on that one. Good stuff, guys. Great charts tonight. Loving it. Mike, what's happening? Apple. Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, so Apple, let's take a look here. So Apple, rough day today, right? Down 4 points, but it gave a great reversal, right? So it was it looked like it was breaking down early. And it just didn't get any follow. Lots of lower shadows right here. And we love this when these stocks that are hot get really tight like this. And then you look at that. Look at how the volume was amping up here as it was coming out of the triangle. Right, so this is one we pointed out in the group today. Nice move to the upside, right, and gave a great move. I mean, it wasn't like a huge, massive move, but it was a great trade, right? So nice intraday move on that one. Ended up kind of leaving with like this little, a doji today. So we'll see if it turns into a reversal doji from yesterday and if the uptrend continues. So good stuff there. And then Mr. Softy, Microsoft. So that should be really interesting. Again, it's gapping up after hours. CRM had some amazing earnings. Looks like we got a few requests out there for CRM, right? Had some amazing earnings, right? So that's going to be a big software name, and it's also going to be listed on the Dow, right? So I'm not surprised to see CRM with a gap up after hours on earnings. Again, earnings is still a binary event, but the logic is just kind of there, right? It's like, why are they going to add a stock onto the Dow that misses on earnings, right? The first day it's on there. It's like welcome to the Dow, welcome to the special club, and then it's just a loser, right? So I'm not surprised to see it pushing its way up here. I'm not surprised to see it happening. So, but anyway, that strength there is going to really help the software sector and could help Microsoft continue to move. Again, I like how Microsoft is poking its head out of this geometric level up here. The only thing I didn't like about it today was the volume, but I think with the CRM move, I think we could get some more push on that one. It did give some nice moves today, intraday. And then Boeing again. Well, it was fun yesterday, right? But it pulled back kind of nasty here today. So it did hold the cloud, right, as support, right? It did gap up, right? But look at this. It is still contained within the triangle. So back to boring Boeing. Just put an R in Boeing and it's boring, right? So we've got that going on. But sometimes it does get exciting. Rocky, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at JD. Yeah, epic move today, guys. The China names are strong today. Great headlines overnight with, phase one trade deal stuff going on. I guess Corona's over, right? Let's just focus on the trade deal. So even though there's tons of increased cases and possible second waves, I think New Zealand just talked about like reinfections. It's like, goodness gracious. So, but anyway, the market doesn't seem to be worried about it. So China names are strong today, right? And nice follow through. And this one looks like it's got a nice push after hours as well. So this is one that was on our radar. We pointed this out in the group today too. And of course, Baba, right, was awesome today as well. I'm sure everybody saw Baba. Workhorse, great move on this one. This is sort of like a once bitten, twice shy type thing right here, right? We like to wait on these candles for pause. This was a good breakout candle of the consolidation. It really didn't give much of a move up that next day, and it was kind of like, I'm kind of a little timid about Workhorse just watching that price action right here. So I definitely want to see what type of price action we get on Workhorse tomorrow, see if we can get some fall through the upside. The fact that NIO was up, Nikola was up, right? All these kind of smaller electric vehicle names were up. They're kind of like all grouped together. It was kind of interesting today, so let's see if that gets any follow through on Workhorse. Adobe again, I loved Adobe too. Big software name, highly influenced by CRM and Microsoft. Right, it was a beautiful candle. Again, you have the risk of the overnight CRM, but if you're confident in the CRM, having decent earnings based on the Dow, right, this thing is up huge after hours and would expect some more upside. We'll see how it behaves off of its pre-market levels, but definitely strong on that one. And of course, CRM too. Big news today. It was on our 15 orb list this morning. CRM was a strong day today, huge volume going before earnings, right? Being added to the Dow, and then nice move after hours on this one here, holding up really, really well. So, I pulled off the first move right here. I did an extension here, the 382. Worse, unless the market is just horrible tomorrow. Futures are about to go green anyway, but, it could pull back and give a bounce off that, but it's so strong here after hours. I would imagine it holds up pretty well. So look at CRM for a potential gap and go tomorrow. So good stuff. Thanks, Rocky. Shirley sending a few in via email. So again, thanks everybody for keeping Shirley your thoughts and prayers as she continues to do well. It looks like there's a hurricane coming her way too. So just to add to the whole mess, but we're still able to get some charts here for us. So let's keep an eye on that one. Again, everybody, if you're in the path of the hurricane, definitely stay safe out there. So the market will be here when you get back, but bring your laptop wherever you go. So anyway, Amgen, yeah. So this one getting added to the Dow as well. Right, so big move up on that one. Again, we're seeing a lot of movement right here. It's not coming up to earnings for a while, so you might not see the same type of move that you saw with CRM there. But CRM, we just looked at up after hours, huge. So look at it. If it gets over the after hours highs, right? If for a gap and go on that one. MA had a great day today too. Let's take a look. Yeah, MA with a great day today too. Nice follow through, nice volume. So all-time highs. Just beautiful stuff there on MA. DKNG. DKNG had a great day today, right? So this is cool. Like, if you guys know Algo Paul, he's one of our members. He loves doing the Elliott Wave and posts some great charts out there. And this was on his Elliott Wave radar for today. It gave a great move up today at the open. So beautiful move on DKNG, despite the sporting issues going on there. Watch this geometric line right here. See how this? Wait, we wanted to see it get out of these levels right here, this zone, and it did. Right, it gave a nice push right there. It kind of left you with an upper shadow there at the geometric level. So that's kind of the next big area for it here on DKNG. And then CLX, Clorox, got beaten up today pretty well. Right, so rough day yesterday. It finally pushed down below into the cloud range right there, and then and gave a nice move down on that one. So good stuff. Joe, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Workhorse. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Workhorse, again, same thing here, right? So beautiful candle today. Again, just a little bit timid on it because of the how the price action has been, right? Sometimes it'll give a big candle. Again, a beautiful breakout candle here. Let's look for some confirmation on that one tomorrow. Great one, Yasi. Appreciate it. J-Moss, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you are well. Facebook, let's take a look. Facebook, let's take a look. It's in Facebook. All right, so nice breakout of these levels today. Again, Facebook, Trade of the Week idea. Great move up today. Members did fantastic on it. Let's look for it, see if it gives some follow through tomorrow. This is where we thought the money was going to flow into this week into tech, right? You saw Apple was kind of timid, right? A little bit more flowing into these names that haven't moved much recently, like Facebook. off of the big FANG stocks, right? So good stuff there. BABA, of course, incredible, right? So up 10 points again today. Another huge move up here. Again, this all happened out of this flag pattern, right? We talked about where could it go, right? We said 289 here at the 382 extension, right? So look where it found resistance right there. Amazing how that stuff works, right? But it all started with here, pause day, nice move up on that one. The next is your 618, which is your symmetrical move from the start of this the symmetrical triangle. So we'll see how that gets any follow through on that one. Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks is great, guys. This was a gap and go, right, based on the weekly chart, right? So we had an inside week last week. We gapped above that here today after yesterday's decent candle right here. So we gapped above the 200-day. We gapped over all this stuff right here, right? We got a nice push up, filled this gap on the upper end right here. Actually, I think the entire gap was filled here today. So it kind of did its job, right, on that one. So careful with Starbucks. It often, might get a little bit of follow through the next day, but it's one that likes to move and then chop, right? So just a little bit of careful with that one. And AMD, let's take a look. AMD, nice candle on that one today too. Again, the only word of caution on this one is we had our if you go to our chart right here, right, you can see we got a bump line here from the our trend line here from the all-time highs, right? So we're just kind of tagging that one there too. So a little bit of caution on AMD going into tomorrow, but a very, very nice candle and really, really close to all-time highs. So see if that gets any follow through on that one going into tomorrow. So good stuff. And then plug. Let's take a look. Plug with an inside day today. So decent candle right there, closed above the 80 MA. So let's see if we can push above these levels right here and see if any strength comes into this sector again to see if we can get up to the next highs of the prior candles. Good stuff. Thanks, J Moss. Bagash, what's going on? I hope you are well. Let's take a look here. Amazon. Amazon, big inside day today, right? Ended up 90-point range today off of the 80 MA. What a dip by on Amazon today. In fact, it was pretty incredible here at the open, right? We love this one today. Just held, right? Held all these prior levels right here, right? Lower shadows, and then a nice strong candle right here to take it out of the 15 rep high and give a nice move intraday on Amazon. And then Starbucks, of course, we just looked at there. That was your inside week up, gapped above yesterday's high, including the 200-day moving average, and then filled a mighty gap there today on Starbucks. Beautiful stuff there. Again, Docu. Epic run. I'm still into the 80 MA, but still holding the 50 SMA on this one. So let's see how that goes on that. A bit of a hammer right there. Could try to work on a reversal on that one. It's been super strong for so long, and it might be just chopping around for a little bit. Tesla! So we got an upgrade after hours on this one. Nice, up 20 points after hours here. Upgraded 2,500 on that one, and just incredible as this thing is heading into its stock split. If it's 5,000 by it does the stock split, or 10,000, we'll be back to where we are here. Pretty amazing stuff there on Tesla. AI, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, my pleasure. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. It's we always appreciate everybody here, everybody's positive ideas and thoughts on this on the market. So let's take a look. So Adrian, what do we got? So we got Cisco. Yeah, Cisco's still just doing its choppy thing right here, right? So we're just kind of waiting for a breakout or a breakdown one way or the other on it. This could happen, continue for like 30, 45 days, something like that. So just continue to monitor it and set some alerts on the ranges and see if it's ready to break out with some volume. Viac doing pretty good right here, coming up into some major levels over the 200-day moving average. When this thing moves, it can move. We like that. Disney. So Disney had a great day yesterday. Nice breakout of this bull flag, and really just couldn't get any follow through on it. But still holding the 80 MA. So see how that. It is a low volume pullback, so it could be a fake out on the way down. So we'll see how that goes there. eBay. Another one right here. Again, it's all about like a lot of these big names right here, but eBay is kind of chopping around right there off of the prior inside day there. Home Depot, definitely one to keep an eye on right here. As the hurricanes get closer, right? You see that they finally bought the dip off of this one. Let's see if it gets a little hurricane rally here. Today, right, it started to kind of drift its way up, but, a lot of times when these things start to get really close to landfall, especially as you get closer to a Category 5, I know it's funny, but the bigger the hurricane, right, sometimes the bigger the move Home Depot can get. So definitely want to keep an eye on there. Zenful, what's going on? I hope you are doing well. Neo, incredible move today. Huge breakout candle out of the triangle, right? Our members pointed out some good option flow on this one yesterday, so not surprised to see the upgrade today, and just great volume on Neo today. Just an awesome move from the open. Darren, what's going on? Long time no see. I hope you are well. Been in Neo since $5. I love it. Holding so many 45 in January has been a great hold. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful move. Great job on that one. Yeah, this has been an epic, epic move up right here, right? And then a huge breakout on that one. Really incredible stuff. And considering it's like a fake company, right? It's got to be even funnier about the whole thing. But great job on that one. Royal, what's happening? I hope you're well. Yeah, I hope you had a great day too. Let's take a look at Microsoft again. Again, with the software sector being strong, with CRM gapping up tomorrow, I imagine Microsoft will get a little bit of a gap up on that one too. Nvidia. Nvidia with an inside day today, so just kind of not a lot of action in the in Nvidia today, but it's had a really good move up recently, right? SE doing pretty good right there, coming up to those geometric levels. Again, low volume on that one, so something to be a little bit concerned on. And then CRM, yeah, after hours with the earnings beat. I mean, it was strong today anyway. That it was talking about being added to the Dow, and then the gap up tomorrow it's already up to like 245, guys. I mean, this thing is like way up here, right? So right at these levels right up here. So pretty incredible stuff. But those are the that's what we were looking at earlier, right? With the after hours level. So let's see, it holds right here up to 245 after hours. Really incredible. So yeah, so we'll look at it for a gap and go tomorrow for sure. G.O., what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at just lost you there. Roku. Let's see. Yeah, so Roku's still grinding, right? So inside day right here, it's getting close to the cloud, it's getting close to its upper trend line, so just kind of still keeping an eye on it, right? So Walmart, let's see, so Walmart, just kind of hanging there. It failed to take the inside data down, so that's that could be a bullish scenario for it. I like how it had the increased volume on it, so a lot of that could be part of that lower shadow on that one, so it might get a little bit of pop on that one. Zen up after hours here, of course, on this. I tell you guys, CRM being added on the Dow is a huge deal. It can start to move sectors, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on right there. D-Box with a couple pops after hours too. Inside day, let's even get over those highs and make a move off of that one. NCNO. Yeah, nice candle on this one. The volume is really blah on this. Probably not one that I mess with, but I really like that candle. Really nice stuff on that. Good find on that. And then Big C, yeah, this is another one too that a lot of folks have been talking about here. Huge move today on this one, just incredible, right? I think big deal with Facebook today, and even up after hours here too. Part of that whole sector. Good stuff. Zenful, yeah, JMIA. What's up with JMIA? I think it's probably just chopping around right here, right? So it had a nice move here, a nice bounce after earnings off of the upper trend line. It broke down below there, inside day down, right? Got down to the 50-day, and now it's just kind of hanging out here for a little bit. So see how it holds. Again, decent volume right there, but I'd like to see a stronger close. I'd like to see it get over the 80 for a nice little, a little bit more strength. Good stuff. Tracy, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. RKT. Yeah, it's been incredible right there. Again, it filled the gap today and bounced off of that. So let's see if we can push above today's highs and get another move to the upside on it. FSLR. FSLR, yeah, nice doji on this one today. Nice bounce off the 80 so kind of getting close right here. Again, that upper shadow kind of makes it interesting. Let's see how it goes over these highs, right? So a little bit of an ascending triangle to invisible pennant type move, right? So let's see if we can get some volume. Again, this sector has been really strong, and it was pretty strong today as well. The solar sector. And then Zoom. So we talked about last night, guys, is Zoom is a potential reversal candidate for today, right? Because yesterday's down move was most primarily based on that they were down, right? Zoom was down. So it's more of like a news kind of tactical play, right? So it's like, all right, it's down really for, just a little bit of an error, right? And it was a huge bounce at the open today. So big inside day today. See if we can push over the inside day high. I'm going to move off of that one. And then Darren, yeah, now let's take a look. Yeah, nice 9-point update on this one today. Holding the 80 on this one, low volume, right? But a fresh all-time high, right? It didn't quite close above those highs, right? But it's still looking pretty strong right here. So let's even give another push over those levels. Good stuff. Suyag, what's going on? Yeah, let's take a look at NVAX. Yep, so NVAX holding the cloud right there. It's below its 50 moving average, so a little bit of caution off of that one. SPLK with earnings tomorrow. Up about 6 points after hours because of CRM, right? So see if it gets a little bit of an earnings run move. Just watch the premiums on that one with the earnings coming up, and then we'll see how that behaves. Good stuff. Keith, what's happening? Yeah, RTX getting delisted from the Dow Jones Industrial Average, even though it's like the biggest conglomerate of like stuff, right? So it ended up hanging in there. A little bit of a down move today on that one. Another one's like XOM, right? So just a good one to look at if oil's weak too. Getting delisted as well in Pfizer, right? So FSLI again, nice bounce off the cloud today. Chegg. So Chegg with a inside day today, right? Up 2 points. Held the 50. Still kind of sandwiched here between the 50 and the 8. So a little caution on that one. And then DE again. Industrials were strong yesterday, right? So we had a nice move in a lot of the industrial names yesterday, right? Got some decent follow through today, but again, kind of decreasing volume on that one. So just a little caution on there, a little bit of a shooting star on that one. So we'll see how that goes. Sumit, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're well. Bank of America. Let's take a look. BAC. Again, guys, the banks today, decent follow through from yesterday's nice candle, right? But a lot of them kind of finished red there today. So see how those hold. Again, it was a good sector rotation into them yesterday and good follow through today. In terms of overall bullishness, right, they got some issues, right? So MDT gap in reversal today. Why? Why did it gap in reverse, right? So did it get, got over a couple major levels right here, but how did it behave pre-market, right? So it gave you a big upper shadow here over the pre-market levels, right? And then kind of gave its move down. Really couldn't clear a lot of other levels on this one. Looks like I got close to the gap fill right here. That low was 106.03. Today's high, 105.88. So just found that resistance here off of this gap, right? And just kind of reversed off of those levels right here, back where it felt comfortable at the 200-day moving average, right? And then BMY. BMY. Yeah, so BMY, again, lots of upper shadows on this one, so a little bit of caution here, but it does look like it's working on a bull flag, right? So just kind of keep an eye on it right here. Wait for a breakout, right? And then see if it can kind of bull flag up on that one for you. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes on that one. Zenfold, thanks so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I look forward to the videos too, and I hope that everybody finds them helpful. Again, guys, if you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube and check out the playlists. We've done so many of these, right? So if you're new, we got so many great playlists right here. Oftentimes, if you're not interested in the market update in the beginning, you can kind of skip to the main content, which is usually like 10 to 15 minutes of good stuff there. And then sometimes it's fun just to go through and check out the chart request. So, but anyway, good stuff. Thanks, Zenful. I really appreciate it. Brian, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Yeah, thanks so much. Let's take a look. SLV kind of hanging in there, a little bit of lower shadow here, still below the ADMA on that one. And then Chewy. Okay, so Chewy down a little bit today. Buddy's one of the biggest buyers of this one, and he's afraid of thunder, and there's some thunder today. And when there's thunder, Chewy usually doesn't move, right? Because he's not out there buying. So, but seriously, inside day today, spinning top here, did close above the ADMA. Again, could be gearing up for a potential earnings run, right? So just kind of keep an eye on this geometrical overlay here. Let's see if we can break out above that with some volume, and then maybe get a little bit of an earnings run off of it, right? Earnings are coming up in early September. So we got that going on. So yeah, ADI, let's take a look. Analog. Yeah, up kind of a little bit here. Let's take a look. Nice candle today, nice volume. I like how it's breaking out of the cloud on that one. You do have a ex-dividend coming up a little bit on it, but again, this is a tricky one. It gives some funky candles, but I do like the breakout of the cloud on that one with volume. Sure, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good evening. Let's take a look at Boeing. Again, Boeing, guys, yesterday was just a fun day on Boeing. We could tell, intraday that there was good sector rotation going into that. Today was a little bit more complex, right? And it was a huge reversal at the open today. We pointed it out at the open. It was just so fast to even get in it, right? But it hit our targets pretty quickly for a reversal today. And let's see how it holds. It ended up holding up. Roku, again, just super duper choppy, right? It looks like it's moving sideways to the cloud there. Let's see if it gets a bounce off that one. There's also an upward trend line on that one, too. Intel. Started to get a little bit of interesting as well. So you've got a bit of a spinning top right here. Again, this is a lot like Cisco, right? We're really waiting for a kind of a breakout one way or another on this one. As it's just continuing to just consolidate here since it's bad earnings. Again, like I said, this could go for this has been 31 days, right? See where we're at, around 45 days out, around September, to see if it tries to break it down. A lot of times that's usually a good time frame, right? A month and a half for an accumulation period before it starts moving again. So definitely one to keep on the radar, right? And then TGT. Target. So again, still consolidating up here, guys, right? So double inside day, didn't give much of a move off of that one, but it is kind of pendenting here, right? So it failed to break down, right? So it may come back and retest those highs. Again, just see, look for strength in retail and then see what happens there. And then Sue, again, my pleasure. And you also spend 1 minute on fake breakouts. Yeah, we've done a whole series on those. Yeah, a whole series on breakouts in the playlist. If you just search on breakouts, so we did a whole series on breakouts. The whole thing with breakouts, guys. Ultimately, horizontal breakouts are tricky, right? We prefer like a sideways breakout, like a triangle breakout, right? Especially the bigger the triangle. Like if a triangle looks like this, right, you have a higher probability that it comes back and tests the middle of the triangle before going again. If the triangle looks like this, a lot more symmetrical, right? You have a higher probability of it not doing that, right? So it usually, with some good volume and a good breakout on that one, we can see that as well. The horizontal breakouts are tricky because everybody's looking at them, including algos, right? It's an easy level to find. And so, unless you break, really the key thing with the breakouts, right, is have some nice volume on it and a push to the upside on it, right? So that's really kind of the big thing. And you also got to look and see, like, how slow it is when it's getting there. A lot of times 1, 2, 3 tags of it, the fourth tag can push out of that. A fourth time usually after that, it's usually, really gives a good move off of it. But definitely something to keep an eye on there. Again, most important things for breakouts, right? Horizontal ones are tricky. Slanted ones are better, right? We like to look for volume confirmation, especially on the lower time frames. So a little bit on that one. So good stuff. But definitely check out the series on it too. We did a whole series on breakout, so that really gets into it a lot there too. So all right, guys. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. It's a good discussion this week, so looking forward to doing it more. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube, and whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. We always appreciate it, and also be sure to check out the links in the description. So good stuff, guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you guys bright and early. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first, and stay safe so you